I'm here with Steve Moppert, homeowner. Just installed a new Lochinvar Knight boiler.
What you see here is basically, this is all 22 years old except for all this new stuff. For people who are looking to get a heating system like this, I'll explain it to you in layman's terms. This is where the heat's made. There's a fire in here and it's in a stainless steel chamber. The heat comes out as each one of these zones call for heat. If my kitchen's cold and my kitchen says, hey, I need heat, then it talks to the computer that's inside here, and the computer says, let's throw some water on the floor, which is the tubes under the floor, I should say, to get this kitchen where it should be. So this valve opens up, it pushes the water through all these pipes, and it goes into the heat and gets warm. As the zone is heated and the thermostat is satisfied, the water is then pushed back into this machine, which goes into this buffer. Well, why throw away 95-degree water when it goes into this 30-gallon tank? So if another zone kicks on and let's say my foyer kicks on, well, the computer says, well, we got some good water over here. Why waste it so this boiler doesn't have to fire up as much? So the bottom line is, this is a 13,000 square foot house, which is extremely inexpensive to run. I heat a pool all summer. I have every appliance that's gas. My kitchen. I have every possible gas fixture you can imagine. I have 6 fireplaces, which are all gas. And at the end of the year, I've spent 900 gallons of propane. It's about $1,400 a year to heat everything, and I still got a half a tank left. So it's extremely, now we're not talking 2,500 square foot house or 3,500 square foot house. We're talking 13,000 square foot house. My old heater that when they did this 22 years ago, just broke. I maintained it like once every 2 years, if that. Never called Ron, never broke, always worked. The reason why I just put one in after 22 years, I was down in the basement and I heard my old boiler moaning. It was making some noise, so I looked into it and I called Ron. I said, Ron, my old boiler's making some funny noises. And he goes, well, consider you haven't done anything in 22 years. Maybe we should go out and take a look.
Steve, you make funny noises sometimes.
Yeah, and I'm not 22. So it works great. I'm extremely happy. Ron gave me a great price. He's trustworthy. I didn't even call for anybody else. He did this job. Anyone that comes in this house for any kind of water service and sprinkler service, when they walk through this mechanical room, is who did this? Because the craftsmanship, if you look at the way the plumbing is done, they're soldered joints, they're straight, they're all 90s, they're 45s, they're not going crooked. It's beautiful. It's a work of art, actually. I'm a mechanic by trade, and when I see craftsmanship like this, I appreciate it immediately. But this is really something that they're obviously proud of, and I'm proud of to show people when they see it. Like when I have a party, I have a friend that's mechanical or is interested, and I say, come on down, you got to check out my mechanical room. I enjoy technology, and this is the latest and the greatest. And it pays itself back in a couple years for as efficient this is. Now, I've been talking to you, and this boiler's been running. You don't hear it run, do you? Here, I'll show you the flame. If you zoom in here and you look right there, there's the flame. It's running. Really noisy, isn't it? So you can put this in your bedroom and not even realize it's on. I would highly recommend ECI, and whatever they tell you, do. They've been in this business for a very long time. Very trustworthy, very straight up bunch of guys, and they are at the top of their game as far as the latest and the greatest and what you need to do to be totally satisfied. I've used ECI in the past. When I built this house 22 years ago, I had a wooden staircase coming. So I called Ron from ECI and said, Ron, I need to heat the staircase because they tell me it's going to warp if you don't get heat in the house. And the staircase came sooner than it should have. So he came and his guys hooked up the foyer zone just for me, even though there was no windows and half the roof was built and etc. So I was heating basically media Pennsylvania. And we turned the heat zone on for those steps to save them from warping. And it did just that. It kept them from warping. And a couple weeks later, I finally got the house finished up that we could turn the heat on and actually the heat stay in the house. Thank you. And
thank you.
Have a great day, Jim.
All right, Steve, thank you.